Hey there guys, Spazzo21 here, and yes, I fucked up the first recording as always. Intro now.
Feel me like a Hellcat.
Alright, that intro's over. Let's get into it. So today's subject, for the iPodcast, I want to have a topic to talk about. I don't want to just talk about school. I do want to talk about school. School's a piece of shit. I could talk about school all day. But, I want to talk about something that's real, something you might be helpful, something. I don't know. You want me to talk about a subject and give my personal preference on it? Tweet at me. Not Instagram me. I won't answer that. Tweet at me or write a comment. It's one of those two things. But, today's topic, if you haven't read in the title, is running. Now, I know what you're thinking, running. If you're curious about how to become a good runner, stick tuned. If you're not gonna care, you can leave a like and go watch something else of mine. And subscribe if you're new. Self-promotion is not bad. Unless you keep constantly fucking doing it, which is pointless. So getting right into it. Running, not self-promotion. We're not talking about self-promotion. We're talking about running. Running takes about, I think, 5 steps. Now, the first step is, why are you running? Do you want to run? Do you want to fucking do something with do you want to get in shape? Do you want to do something with your life? Do you just want to be a cool runner? Or you just want to be one of the great runners? You want to be Usain Bolt or something? Or, fuck, I don't know any good runners. I just know, Bruce Jenner. I'm sorry, I can't think of people. I can't think of famous runners, even though I love running. Look, I like running. This is why we're talking about my first thing. We gotta talk about shit I like doing. It's my channel, and I can do what I want. Whip. No, I'm kidding. I do take suggestions, but I was my friend's talk about a relatable topic. And I'm a relatable topic for me is running. Now, if you're curious, you can stick around. You'll learn something, as I've already said. I'm just repeating myself. Let's get right into it. So why do you want to run? You want to be a long distance. You might want to be a short distance. Or you want to be a long sprinter. Someone's I just want to be a runner. What's the easiest? Long distance? Sprint. It depends how fast you can go. It depends, can you store energy? Or burst the energy? Now, if you can do both, combine them together and become a long-distance runner. They're the hardest ones to become, but it's really cool to be one. Some of you saying, Usain Bolt. I don't think Usain Bolt is doing 800-meter dashes is a long sprint. There's might be for a 600-meter dash, which is the mile, but that's long distance. But when you want to run, you want to find what you want to do. Maybe you just want to be in shape. And when I say when you want to be in shape, just go out for a jog once a week. At least once a week. You got to run once a week. Now, if you want to be a competitor runner, you got to run constantly. Run as much as 3 to 4 times. 3 to 4, max 5 times a week. If you want to run all day, every week, I'm starting to run every other day like I used to. I'll get more to that. Now, those are the reasons why maybe you're starting right. Now, someone's asking me, your next step is, how do I get motivated to do it? Now, if you want to be a competitor runner, I forgot about that, but there's a competitor running. Well, that's still being a sprinter and shit. But if you want to be a competitor runner, you gotta find that motivation. You gotta use I say, there should be 4 to 5 things you should be using to motivate yourself. An actual motivational speech. I'm not saying that's for everybody, but that does help. Gain someone to talk you into doing it. Someone, motivational speech / someone motivating you to do it. The next one is run for something. That's run for a loved one. I mean, run with the passion that you love someone. You're running for them. You're trying to run for them. It's a cool motivation. I use it a lot nowadays because It's really helpful. Your next one is use your rage. I know someone's like, yeah, you should use your rage more often. But if you're not a mad person, maybe you have some jealousy, which is my next point. You should use your jealousy to run. If you want to, like, you're jealous of some other runner, use that jealousy. Use that frustration as my next point. Use something that will make you mad. So that still counts as anger. But use something that just, like, you're like, and take it out running. Say, like, you have a personal problem and you're like, I'm lazy. Go run about it or something if you want to be a runner. Go run about it. If you want to go follow your dreams, you gotta keep running. This is not just for running. This is just for any dream. You gotta chase your dreams. And yes, to the person out there who knows that damn speech, I will fight you. But getting into my next point, someone says, okay, I want to be a runner. I'm motivated. Now, how do I train? Now, training is difficult for each runner. I'm a long distance sprint. Or a medium sprint, as you like. I don't know what to fucking call it. I want to be a long distance sprinter. It's probably the hardest one of all. But I did used to be a short sprinter, so I can start off with that. Being a short distance sprinter, like a 400 meter dash, what you want to do is you want to get angry, like really mad, and then like fucking take off with a bullet. Like when you run, you should give everything you got. You gotta give everything you got. That's how you do a short distance run. Or you just run and you get motivated by the people cheering your name, going, go, somebody. I don't fucking know what they would say. I don't know your name. I know some of your names. I know some of my subscribers. You guys are cool. Peace. No, I'm kidding. But like, I don't know what the peace was there for, but like, let me take a breath here. So, like, that's, like, the main idea of short sprint. So someone's like, how do you train for that? You want to take short sprints. You want to keep running really fast, but not for a long time. It's good to keep running faster for a long time, but, like, for a long distance sprint. But that's the last one I'll talk about. Now, if you want to run, so someone's like, oh, so if I go out, how do I go out and train out of my house? If you have a treadmill, when you get on it, just click to the highest speed you're comfortable running with. Or when you go out for a jog, just start out on a full sprint and run as fast as you can until you stop. Don't push yourself too hard till you puke. I mean, I've done that personally, and if you push yourself that hard, you need to train more, like after your first run of a sprint. Sprint as fast as you're comfortable with. Don't push yourself too hard. I'll talk about that later. But like, so someone's like, okay, I don't want to be a short distance. I want to be a long distance. Okay, so this one's very simple. I'm an okay long distance. I just don't like it because it's just slow, and that's my problem. I love speed. That's why I love running. It's speed. Someone's gonna make a drug joke. I just thought about that. But like, when you're long distance, you wanna run on a slow speed on the treadmill, or just run, just fucking jog a slow speed, but for a long time. That's how you become a marathon runner. Now there are those people who don't have that enzyme that stops you from running. Someone's like, what's that enzyme feel like? It hurts when you're running. It ends up in your core area. So this brings me on to your next tip. So someone says, okay, I want to be that, but how do I become a great... Oh wait, I'm sorry. Before I go on, someone's like a long distance sprinter. You want to sprint, like I said, take off with a short distance, but keep running. Just keep running until your body says, I can't, you need a breather. And then take a breather, walk for a little bit, or jog. I recommend jogging afterwards because you get to, and then you explode again and keep going. I mean, that's probably not the proper way to do it, but that's how I've been doing it. It's a very painful it's a painful process, just so that you know. The long distance, if you just want to be a runner, long distance is your best friend, but like short distance, it's a pain. Your next step is like, okay, for the medium sprint, the long distance sprint, it's a little bit of like you need to practice both long distance and sprint. That's probably the best way of doing it. I don't do that just in my personal preference because I don't have a teacher and I don't feel like doing track. I'm not on track, by the way, if you care. I'm just not. I kind of fucking hell emails. Okay. I just don't. I'll explain that later if you're curious. Your next step is, okay, I'm a sprinter or a long distance. How do I get better? For sprinters, you run until you gotta push yourself. Look, for anybody who wants to be a better runner, you gotta push yourself. You gotta push your limits for a sprinter, or this goes for sprinter and long distance sprinter. For sprinting, you want to push so hard that your body says, "I can't." The core, until your core is sore. That's unless you didn't stretch. Like, if you didn't you need to stretch. Hold on, before anything you do, fucking stretch. I'm kind of late on that. It's like 10 minutes in. But, like, you need to stretch. Like, seriously. But getting to my point, you just need to push yourself more. You need to, when you're feeling tired or you feel demotivated, that's the time when you want to push harder on yourself. You want to push the limits. Unlike for me, I always push the limits until like I puke or my body completely goes to my nerves and I physically stop. Now, that's probably pushing way too much. That's pushing way too much. I'm sorry. You can do that you should find out where that zone is. You need to find out your limit. That's another point I want to bring on. You need to find your limit when you're trying to max it. You want to, so like for, I don't know for long distance, I'm apologizing. I really want to say it's the same thing as a short sprinter or a long sprinter. You want to run at full speed and see how long you can run for. Like, if you can't really just put a stopwatch on and go run full speed until like, okay, I can't run anymore, and then see how long you last. Now, what you want to do is keep running. For a sprinter, for a short and long sprinter, you want to keep doing that. For a long distance, I would, you want to run until, like, you can't run. This is really, long distance is easy. You just run slower. You run slow until, like, you're like, I can't run anymore. I think that's how you do it. I'm apologizing if you are a professional runner just trying to criticize me. Go criticize me in the comments below. I would love to read them. I would love to. Okay, so like, what's your next point? So that's how you push yourself more. Now, someone says, what about you? You seem to know a lot about running. I know what you're thinking. You're like, this is not the question I was asking, but this is the part I'm going to get into. You know, what does running give you? What do you get out of running? That's probably a good question, actually. I'm sorry. That was the question. I'm sorry. I was thinking of something else. But, like, what's the point of running? So, if you ever wondered, somebody says, oh, why do they have a great metabolism? They eat all this fucking junk food and shit and soda. They don't have diabetes. They're not fat. They're skinny as hell. And they complain that they're, like, overweight. Some of them do. Some people do complain, like, there are those people. They have problems. Help them out. If you're being dead serious, go help them out. Tell them that they look nice. Give them a compliment. Love them. Get them treatment if it's really bad. That's my recommended advice. But, like, you ever wondered how do you get that metabolism? The trick is running. Look, I didn't have a great metabolism. I'm not saying that I'm fucking fat. Like, I just said I could eat a lot of shit, but it'd be like, I can't eat as much. Like, but here's the bad part about, like, shit. I'll get into the really bad parts if you stop running shit. But, like, if you want a good metabolism, you just run a lot. Like, I'm not saying, like, it doesn't matter if you're long sprinters have it more easier getting the thing, but, like, long distance, I think it takes a little bit longer. But, like, you will get a larger, not a larger, but a better metabolism that it's to the. Now, here's the contrast of having a good metabolism and stop running. If you just want to stop running completely, be aware that you might lose your metabolism. Maybe you'll keep it. It'll stay around for a little bit, but then you can't eat as much, okay? Just warning advice. Don't eat as Look, having a metabolism means you're gonna have to. If you have a good metabolism and you always feel hungry all the time, you need to eat as much. I'm not saying eat a lot of bad foods, but eat a good portion to the part where you're like, oh, I'm full. Like, don't fucking push that, okay? Then you'll become fat. Fucking hell, computer, don't fucking do this shit. Sorry, the screen went black and I'm like, fuck, did my computer turn off? Like, you want to push yourself. Does that make sense? You want to push your limit. You want to you want to push your limits, but don't push your stomach limit, because then you'll puke. And don't eat before. Okay, someone says, should I eat before I run? I recommend have a quick bite, not eat a fucking bag of chips. That's not what I was talking about. Put that bag of chips down and listen here. Look, you want to have like a good, after when you're done, you want to eat a protein bar, okay? When you're done running, eat a protein bar. Before you go, have like a drink of water. Make sure you feel like I'm full, I could run right now. Don't run when you have a stomach ache. I'll tell you what happens when you have run when you stomach. Someone's like, do you puke? Hell yeah, you puke. So I did a mile today, right? I had a big stomach ache. And they're like, I knew with the cast and shit, they said, you can do this. And, here's the really bad part. This brings me into my next point of, like, what's if I stop running? What's the consequence? The consequence, you'll lose speed. You'll lose a little bit of your metabolism if you, like, it took 4 weeks, but I, like, finally, like, I have an injury. So, like, I'm not saying I'm lazy. I'm just saying I got injured and they told me not to run until, like, I feel comfortable. And it took me I had, like, 2 weeks of winter break, and then I broke my hand as soon as I got back. Fucking sucked. But, like, now, I haven't run in those 4 week period of time. I've lost a lot of speed. I've lost my core power. Core is something else. Like, I'll talk about core later, why it's important. I probably should have talked about it earlier, but this is kind of a messy video. I do apologize. This is my first time trying on this. Forgive me. I'm sorry for hitting the microphone. But to get to the point, like, if you don't run in a while, you will fucking lose your speed, your metabolism. Don't eat as much as you used to. Like, start slowing that down, because your metabolism, maybe you'll keep your metabolism, but, like, someone's asking, what's if I want to work out, but I stopped running? I can't answer that question for you. I do apologize. I think you might be able to keep your metabolism. It just won't be as great as when you're a runner. So when you see, like, the Flash, you wonder why the Flash eats a ton of food. It's like, well, he runs fast. Well, that requires a lot of energy. That's why you have a good metabolism. Now, if you stop running, then you don't need that much fucking energy anymore. So don't eat as much as you usually do. Yeah. So someone said, did you lose I lost a little bit of my metabolism. Like, I'll gain it back in, like, I want to say, like, 2 weeks, because my leg, again, and when you go back to running, here's the other part, like I have, your legs will be sore as hell. I'm not gonna try to talk you out of, like, say when you stop running forever. But if you want to get back into it, it might hurt a little. Like, start at a slow pace. Don't just fucking run and be like, oh, I can do this. Don't do that shit. That's obvious logic. Don't fucking run like, oh, I still have. Just see where you're at. That's what I'm saying. Just see where you're at in running. Me, I was back to, like, almost square one with, like, the first, like 3 months of work just fucking went out the window, which was kind of disappointing. I was really upset about it, but, like, you know, it's okay. Look, don't run with a stomach ache. I ran. Someone says, once if I want to push and run harder when I have a stomach ache. Well, you might puke a lot. You know, someone's like, did you puke a lot? Yeah, I puked 4 times. That's not really a lot. Someone's like, that sounds bad. Did you go home? No. I love my teacher. He didn't send me home. Okay, so, like, I loved pushing the limits of my body. So, like, if I puke, I don't really give a fuck. I'll just keep running until, like, unless I'm super sore. Like, if your body is sore, let it rest. Eat a protein bar, by the way. If you're sore, eat a protein bar. It'll heal it quicker than a pain reliever. Just FYI. So, like, I push the limits of my body, right? And someone's like, yeah, you did that shit. What the fucking point? My point is, let's talk about what I'm a runner. now because we're gonna wrap up this episode in like a few minutes. So like, hang in there with me. So like, I'll give you my perspective. I'm a long distance sprinter. That means I do like the 800 meter dash or like a little bit more than the 400 meter. Like I can do that shit. Someone's like, "Are you good long distance?" I'm fairly decent long distance. I just don't like it. My personal opinion. I feel slow, and when I look at run joggers, I'm just like, they're going so slow. Now someone says, okay, how do I? Is there a better way of getting motivation and fucking people Snapchatting you? Be cool. No, I'm kidding. Actually, for the Snapchat, be cool and make cool snaps. Pro tip. But like, you want to run with people that are faster than you. And if someone says, once if I can't find somebody, I know there's going to be that one person in the crowd. Once if I can't find someone, then go race a damn motherfucking car or something. Someone's like, why would you want to, if you're a short distance, if you're a long distance, this does not apply to you. But if you want to if you're a long distance, you want to become a short distance, this will help you. So like, if you find people that are faster than you, see, I had a big problem when I started long distance sprinting. There was nobody faster than me. Like, I was pretty upset about it. It, like, I couldn't find people. No one would, it took me about 4 years to find someone, like, who could stand a chance if he really wanted to. But, like, he's like, I'm way out of shape. And, yeah, some people are just born with talent. If you're born fast, I would take that gift and run with it. I wasn't born fast. Big shocker to people who know me. I wasn't born fast. I just worked hard on it. I mean, you gotta take in for granted that when you want to be a runner, you gotta be willing to push. You gotta be willing to be motivated to do it. You gotta constantly do it. And someone says, what's the point of running? If you want to be a good runner, now here's a cool speech for you. I might link it in the description below. Actually, no. I'm not gonna link it in the description below. Okay, I will link it in the description below. I'm sorry. Like, this is one of my favorite motivational speeches. So I'm probably gonna spoil it, but it's like someone's like, it's not just applies to. It doesn't just apply to running, but it is about how running is very good for motivational speeches I've seen, because like if you run with people that are faster than you or do better than you or what you want to be better, they'll push you more than you think you will. So if you run with people faster than you, you will be you might come in last every time, but your timing gets better. So stop. Somebody says, I want to be a good runner, but I don't know when to stop. Stop waiting for that dream of being a good runner. Go out and run. Start chasing your dreams. Because the moment you start chasing it, you gotta keep fighting. Continue to fight. Continue that chase. What you truly want out of your life. If that's running or just something you want to do in your life. Because that dream, when you take a breather, like I took those 4 weeks off, it's going to say, come catch me. And I was lapped by my dream. So I have time I need to go back and follow through with my workout. I need to get back. I can't fully get back because of my broken hand. It's a simple excuse. But that doesn't mean I can stop running. I mean, I can run now because I figured I can just hold my cast in place. It's kind of like it's a complicated story that I'm never gonna talk about until like I'm older. But like, you gotta keep running because you gotta put your track shoes on and go get what you want out of this life. You go get what you left behind, because your dream ain't gonna say, "Oh, take a breather, take that 4 weeks off." No, they're gonna keep going, and then it's gonna get ahead of you. You gotta chase it. And you'll know. Someone's like, how do I know when I finally caught up to that dream? You'll know. Someone asked me, did you know when you finally caught up to your dream? I have like a few dreams in life, but like I'll tell you one of my personal running dreams. I wanted to be as fast as who I want to be. I'm not saying I wanted. I want to be as fast as Usain Bolt. Someone's going to be like, yeah, but that's impossible. He's faster than you. See, you gotta get those negative people out of your life that tell you, you stop running. If there's someone telling you to stop running, like, and it's like unimportant. You know, one person told me, you gotta stop running. You know, you stop running, and I said, I'll never stop running. Because it's my dream, and, like, I don't really let people get... Now, someone might be confused because I do get yelled at for running at marching band camp. Look, I was so... Look, let me just tell you how dedicated to I was for running. I was like, okay. It also... Like, I loved running since, like, middle school. But, like, when I got to high school, I was like, oh, I can just run. Yeah, I'm a good runner. But I was like... As soon as, like... I took the pacer test, yes, the meme itself, the fitness gram pacer test, my sophomore year, for the first time that year, I did worse than I did freshman year. For, like, the first time I actually did worse than, I probably would have gotten the same score or a little bit better. If I can push myself a little bit better, I will be happy, just by, like, 1 or more. My high score is 105. I mean, I haven't ran in a while. I was sitting in a room, and it was cold out, and I couldn't go out for a run. I wasn't really motivated like I was nowadays. And I know I'm just going on about talking about my running experience, but, you know, I'll wrap this up in a few minutes. I promise. So, like, I ran and I did worse. Now, I might fight to say, the teacher stopped you, though. You might have done better. I could have, but I didn't. My body wasn't in shape as it once was. I feel like my wrestling conditioning just finally weared off. From, like... See, wrestling conditioning can last about 1 to 2.5 years. And you'll still be in decent shape. Or if you just keep a shape in general, you'll just keep it. But, like, yeah, that's the point of working out. I'll get onto that. Because I took 4 weeks off. And now I'm, like, almost back to square one with weightlifting. It's kind of sad. I'm kind of mad about it, but whatever. It's gonna take forever now to lift the number I want to lift, but that doesn't matter. We're back on running. I'm sorry, but, like, I did worse. You know, I puked at, like, 95, and the teacher came out saying, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Just let me get to 100, at least there." And he stopped me at 98, so I got, like, 3 more in. Then he said, "Nope, you have to stop," and I was really mad. Because then I just looked at myself, and I looked at myself, and I was like, that guarantee. I guaranteed myself and said, you know, you always get those guarantees. 30 days, guarantee. Why don't you and you want people to promise you shit, why don't you take the promise you made to yourself and get the guarantee that you want from yourself? Saying, I'm going to do it. If I don't, I'll work hard for it. So I took that and worked hard. The next month, the teacher only let me get to 101 because he, like, I don't want you puking. So, like, he got me to 101. And I was still, like, it's better, but I'm not satisfied. Now, am I going to go take that fucking test ever again? No, because I'm at a fucking gym. And now I'm in a weight training. Which is fucking better if you're interested. Like, if you want to get in really preem shape, like, you want to have good tone. You want to be just stronger, good tone. And faster, take a weight training class. I highly recommend it. Unless your weight training teacher is shit. My teacher, no. I love my teacher. He's fucking phenomenal. But, like, okay. I think I've talked enough about running. I love running. That's just my experience running. I mean, just one quick thing. You know, I like to run, right? I like to run. I was running over the summer, this past summer, and I ran almost every single day, almost every other day. See, if you run too hard, you'll pull your plantar fasciitis. You'll pull your plantars, and then you get plantar fasciitis, and then you can't fucking walk for a day. That's another tip. If you want more pro tips, I may make a part 2, but that's up to you guys. If I get 5 likes, I'll make a part 2 sometime. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope this was helpful. If you did, if you would like more episodes, more towards, like, certain topics like I've done now, leave a like. If you don't, just leave a dislike and write a comment why you didn't like this episode. I would love feedback. It's very helpful. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found this information helpful. with my running experience, with the steps you do. Now, someone says, once I follow your steps and I'm still not being a good runner, then you just need to push harder. You need to keep working at it. Just keep going. If you want a professional teacher, I don't know who's a fucking professional teacher, but yeah. So anyway, guys, I've rambled on more than enough after I've told you how to be a good runner. I hope this was helpful, as I've said. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you in the next episode of whatever I make. Anyway, guys, outro now.